Alrighty. Believe we're live. Are we good? Let me make sure it's capturing the correct, game and audio and everything. Uh, Seems so. Okay. Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Quiet Kenku. Today we are playing more stuff. I'm realizing it did not update the titles or anything. So let me see if I can fix that, because that was a goof on my part. Hold on. Okay. Actually, looks like it's okay. So that's cool. It may just post the wrong title on Discord. That's okay. We good over here too? Except for the fact that it still shows Dungeons and Dragons. Hold on. I forgot to hit update titles. That's okay. It does, however, look like Twitch is working finally, which is really, really cool. So please do let me know if there's any issues of any kind over on Twitch or YouTube. Please, please, please let me know if there's any issues. So I want to hop right into it. I don't want to really delay a ton because I have quite a bit that I want to get done today. Thank you for the test message on both ends. So my house has not changed much. Most of this is the same. I am going to have to come over here and actually make some more brass probably. But I want to show you all I have been up to. Let's go ahead and grab the majority of like our brass and stuff like that. Brass, we'll grab our zinc, our copper. Oh, wrong thing. Okay, so we're going to put our zinc and our copper. We'll probably store a majority of it here still. But yeah, so we're going to take all that with us. We'll probably also take... We'll have to make some sheets. Hold on, how many deployers do we need? We're going to need a few. I don't actually know the exact number. So we're going to need... I'll just make it now, I guess. Here's what we're going to do. Before I head over and I show you what all I've been working on, let me go ahead and just show you... Well, let me make some brass sheets and then I'll kind of get into it. Today we're going to be working on making some cool stuff. We're going to be making some more brass, but also... There we go. I am going to be showing you what I've been working on for the past little bit, which I can kind of give you a little bit of a sneak peek. You can see it right over there. That has been what I've been working on for the past while. It is a factory. It does have stuff in it, and I'm going to go ahead and show you everything that is in it here shortly. Once I get all this brass done, I just need to go ahead and hammer out some brass sheets. I'll let that get started with what I have currently. Unfortunately, I did lose most of my gear since last time. I died and lost most of it, which really, really, really sucks. But what can you do? What can you do? So I'm a little defenseless, but we are currently on peaceful, so I'm not too worried about it. I'll be fine. You know what? I am gonna feed this little baby here, give it lots of fuel, and I'm just gonna go show you the factory while that goes. We are gonna sleep first though, because I am tired. But yeah. Alright, so we'll just ball. There we go. Okay. So this factory over here is something I took quite a bit of time to work on. I had to do a bit of terraforming with wands, as you can see. I just made like a few stone wands and went wild. But as I found out, the lavender makes that a little difficult. So I did this area. I haven't really fixed over here yet just because I didn't really care. I have a shovel, which I'll probably use to fix it up a little bit, but it doesn't really matter. I planted some trees as well because honestly, this place took a lot of wood. It took a lot of clay. It took a lot of everything. Excuse me. So a lot of this factory was built out of necessity. I knew I wanted to do a good portion of this out of brick. I'll go ahead and show you kind of the other side as well. Brick, stone, that's the majority of the material, but also a lot of wood. So all of these trees planted in the back, one of the machines in here, two of the machines in here technically were built for the express purpose of giving the materials needed to build the factory. If you've been watching, then you know that I have a andesite alloy farm, which is the majority of this line here. But I also have what I call my brass factory over here. It technically doesn't make brass itself, it just gives me a good amount of copper and zinc, as well as the blocks of experience, because I believe it's the zinc that also drops little nuggets of experience. So yeah, that farm there, all that really does is act as a crusher. It's actually the same crushing mechanism that's over at my house over there, but it's been moved and instead is now part of this system. Instead of being over there, it's just part of this. And I added like a sorting mechanism and stuff like that. It also has a sorter for the cobblestone and deep slate, since the cobblestone and deep slate are a low percent chance byproduct when crushing and combining the zinc and the copper. So that's cool. And then I can just take these over to the house and turn it into brass. There's our andesite alloy, or at least what's left after building this place. Excuse me. Let's close the doors here. So that is that part of it. We also have our andesite byproduct, clay, which of course was used to make this place, flint, the blocks of iron, and gravel, which is a lot of gravel. Most of that gravel will probably be turned into concrete at some point, with combination from sand, which I think, because this crushing wheel right here is what makes the gravel into sand, sand into clay, using the washer. I think what I'm gonna do is probably... I think I'm gonna make a little system for here that gives me sand as well. Like maybe some type of thing here that like takes some of the sand and splits it off in another direction to turn it into what's the word I'm looking for? Turns it into just, or sorry, doesn't turn it into anything, but just feeds it off into its own storage drawer, because I'm realizing I will need a good amount of sand if I do want to do a bunch of concrete. Oh no, it's storming. Oh no. But yeah, no, this is my little factory. There will be other machines and stuff. I will eventually also have a train station attached. But for now, this is our little setup that I love so dear. Yeah, it's pretty simple, all in all, to be honest. You know what? I don't know why I'm jumping. I can literally just run over here and give you a better view of everything. Because one of the other little things that I did here with this... I cannot crouch under that. Where am I going? I am lost. Over here. So if I go down through here, out through these doors... So that is the first floor, the factory floor. There are a bunch of catwalks and things that you can use. One of them goes over here to the input for our crushing wheel. The only things that ever will go in here are copper and zinc, specifically copper and zinc ore, or crushed ore. or some variety of that. That's what goes in there, and only that. In here, we have our levers to turn everything off. So that turns off the copper and zinc processor, the andesite alloy assembler there, shuts off that whole machine, and then the clay extractor, as I've lovingly called it, is right there. That was pretty easy to do just using an inverted clutch. So the inverted clutch basically right there, it is always powered, or rather always, okay, technically it is always turned off, right? If I'm remembering how this works. I'm actually kind of blanking on exactly what the process here, but basically, flipping that lever, it's connected to that linked relay, or I forget what its official name is called. It's, a redstone link set in receiving mode, which connects to this linked lever, with the same thing there. You see clay and clay, clay and clay, and then it, when you flip it into the off position, it turns that off and therefore stops rotation. So yeah, same thing there, except the one for that is hidden in that wall at the source of rotation, and then that one over there, or rather over there, is also, I believe, hidden. I mean, you can see the clutch there. It's just the actual link is on the other side of it. But yeah, no, that's really it. This took me a lot longer than I'd like to admit. We also do have this little stairway down here that leads us outside. And this is our building. The roof I'm actually quite proud of. You kind of saw it from a distance back there. It's got some like texture to it. You can see it's got like the things that go across. I like it. I think it's nice. It looks very industrial. And with all of the brick, I think it'll fit in really nicely with a lot of these buildings once they're upgraded, since most of them will have a sort of like clay shingle roof. They'll have kind of the brick color. The only thing I'm not a fan of with it is that windmill. I put it in kind of a bad spot, but by the I mean, I built the machines first. The machines were built before the factory, and the factory was sort of built around it. So when it came to building the roof and the walls and everything, I kind of had to adapt. I didn't really have much of a choice. I did learn a lot about machines when I was building that, because unlike this machine over here, which, you know, constantly was becoming overstressed because of this or that, which, by the way, all of this is getting torn apart because this was an andesite farm, and now I have a better one over there. So I don't really need this anymore. Now, this one technically gave us more andesite in a shorter amount of time, but I mean, you can see how, you know, messy this is and everything, technically how inefficient it is compared to that one, where that one gives us less raw andesite. It gives us more andesite alloy right off the bat, which is the thing ultimately that I wanted the andesite for. Oh, my cat was on top of me. So, I mean, it ultimately was just more worthwhile. Give me just a moment. I'm actually going to try and flip to a different scene because I'm realizing my camera wasn't on. Which, honestly, you may not have even realized the camera was shut off. Aha, there I am. Hello. I didn't even realize I wasn't there. Yeah, all of this is going to get shut off and disassembled. Except maybe that water wheel because it's powering things inside. We'll see. Or I'm sorry, the windmill. But we'll see. I'm gonna see if I can sleep through the storm. Because I don't really want storm. Storm's still here, but at least it's... Oh no, there we go. Okay, we're good. So yeah, I haven't really done much with my little village here since last time. I honestly don't think I've done anything since last time, which is fine, I guess. I mean, I could have, but I didn't really feel like it. I was so busy with that, it kind of consumed all of my time. So, yeah. Um, yeah. My people are doing okay, though. I mean, they've got plenty of food at the restaurant, so it's not like any of them are dying. It's just many of them don't have the materials they need for their job. Like the forester over there, I think, is out of axes and stuff. So, what can you do? Oh no, you ran out of stuff. You also filled up on that. We're just gonna go ahead and throw in, another. We're just gonna make a bunch more brass. Because on the agenda today, I'm gonna go ahead and just make another 32 brass sheets. Is we're gonna be making a bunch of deployers, which require a bunch of brass sheets and andesite alloy. We're also going to be doing some other stuff. I may have to go make some andesite alloy manually because actually, we should have enough here. I think we do. And honestly, the more I'm sitting here thinking about it, I don't really even think I need to keep this stuff here. I could move it over to the factory. Honestly, I probably will start keeping most of the factory related items over there at the factory because I don't see a reason not to. We could even move the gravel there, the cobbled deep slate, cobblestone. Just move all of that over there. The flint. What else? What else? The clay, for sure. I flopped my cat down because she was being a little turd. Um, yeah. Here, we're just gonna make a run over there real quick. Well, we'll grab what we have over here first. So as the title suggests, as I believe the title updated correctly, we're going to be expanding things here with a tree farm. Specifically, we'll go ahead and take that there. Specifically, we're going to be expanding it with a automated tree farm. It's going to be completely automatic. I should need to do nothing. Ideally, if I do it correctly, with what I understand of it, I should not need to do a thing myself. I literally just sit back and let the logs roll in. It also will give me some leaves, and it'll also give me sticks and apples because I'm going to be using oak trees. Because oak is my preferred wood. I could technically do it with other wood, but oak's just the one I prefer. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and put some stuff in here, clear up our storage at home a little bit. How much andesite alloy do we have? We have 36 plus, so we have 60. That should be enough for what I want. Should be, I think. We're going to go ahead and make some more blocks so we can store the majority here. I did blocks for the storage because that's the easiest way to store all of it. I'll probably have like some type of other storage inside for the non-blocks and like the brass and stuff, but blocks just make it a lot easier to store, so I don't have to put like a ton of storage upgrades in these ones yet. But I will later. Well, there we go. Okay, so that's all that. We have our brass sheets. For the deployers, I do need to make more andesite casings because I used everything I had for this. In case you're wondering, by the way, these are so in some places of the build it uses copycat blocks. Like these are framed blocks because they looked a little better, but these are copycat beams, copycat fences. Honestly, most of like you can actually kind of see it too because you can see that it doesn't fit exactly. Most of that is copycat blocks. Up there. I also forgot to show you the little catwalk up there. I forgot to put lights up there, so that is actually something I might have to do today as well. But yeah, little andesite catwalks. You have a little space up here to stand. what I'm actually thinking of doing is instead of doing a train, like just a pure train, that runs along the ground and then I have to like terraform the ground, I'm thinking of doing more like a monorail. So you can actually, if you pull up here, monorails, uh, instead of having this type where, you know, it's on the ground and, um, you know, this sort of thing, uh, as it's showing here, monorails actually work by, let's see if it'll actually show it at all here. This might just be showing the tracks. You know, I actually didn't know that it did this if you had a block in your offhand. That is actually news to me, to be entirely honest. I did not know that that was a thing. Um, long story short, monorails are a way to place them where it's a singular rail like this. You make it using a metal bracket and an iron sheet, and it gives you, and you know, you have your metal girder. And that actually turns it into a good amount of monorail tracks. As opposed to if you look at the recipe for train tracks, it's 2 iron nuggets on a stone slab of some kind. Um, or iron or zinc nuggets, technically. So it's a little different, but yeah. So I want to do the monorail for this one because then I can have it sort of almost hanging, and I can have like a couple, what would you call them, like trusses come off of the building. It can pull right up to here, and you can either load yourself onto it, load cargo onto it, and then it'll go on its way. As for where it will go, I don't really know yet. It depends. I haven't really been doing anything train related yet because I haven't had a reason to. There really hasn't been any uh, thing I've found out in the world thus far in my travels that has really needed me to have any kind of long range transportation. Um, I mean, I guess I could build one that leads out here into like the sandy area, you know, and so I can get sand easier, but I have a waystone there. Um, I haven't really traveled too far into the mountains. Maybe there will be something mountain related, like possibly if I make a mine up there eventually, because there is a lot of ore up there. It's honestly where I got most of what I needed for this place. Um, you know, I might go up there for that, but I don't know. I don't know. I think I am gonna turn the andesite farm back on, but that's probably the only one. Excuse me. Probably the only one I'll turn on for now, just because it's the only one I really need. All the others are kind of unnecessary. But yeah. So that is my factory. We're gonna go ahead and start getting things together for the tree farm. I found a few ways of making a tree farm online, and I think I'm gonna go ahead with one I found that's pretty compact. It's pretty simple, and it uses a cart assembler. So, um, essentially, you see here. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I was just looking at that to make sure I understood how it worked. So, what I'm gonna do, what I'll need to do here, is make one of those. Of course, get a minecart unless we already have one, which I very well might, but I'll have to take a look. Um, and essentially, we just make a very small contraption. It's got like a saw on both sides, goes along a track on the ground. Um, Let me see if I can find it here. I actually do want to give a shout out to the person that gave me the inspiration here. Especially because, again, you know, it wasn't fully my idea. It was this other person here, so I want to make sure that I give them full credit. Oh god. Where is it here? Actually, we're going to use a slightly different design than that one, because I actually just found one that's a little easier. This is actually right off of the create wiki. I don't see a name here for like whose idea this was, so I all I can say is that it's off the create wiki. This one actually seems a little bit more simple, so I think we're gonna do that instead, because ultimately, I think it'll work a little better. So let's go ahead and we have to pick a place to make this. I think we'll probably do it back here. I've got, you know, some empty space. Back here we'll just like pick a spot. I could do it up here. I could do it up here. Oh, my phone just went off. What's this? A text message? What is this? Oh, okay. To be expected. So, yes. Ooh, what the? Actually, this will work. Okay, so for this it says here the right corner one, dig a 4 blocks. Okay, all right. So yeah, we'll do it like over here. So a rectangle, 23 blocks by 18 blocks. So we'll just go far this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18. Okay, so we have 18 blocks in length. It's pretty good. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, the 23. I guess I could count a second time, but it's fine. Yeah, okay, that works out. I trust myself that I counted correctly the first time. Okay, and then we need to make a sort of trench. So 4 blocks deep, 5 in width, 7 in length. Okay, so like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 in length. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, weird. Okay. Oh, weird. The ground is really strange here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, like that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I thought I counted wrong. I did not. So it's got to be 4 blocks deep, so we'll go ahead and clear this out real quick. Fill in any weird side things. So that's 1 block, 2. Okay, wow. Hi. Oh, you know what? It's because I had to terraform this area. That's right. Oh my god. Okay, so it's been days since I did this. I totally forgot. Yeah, this area is gonna be weird because of I basically just went crazy with the wands and started filling this area with dirt that I got from somewhere else. And yeah, so we have a bit of the ground here is going to be a bit weird whenever we do stuff. But that's okay. But yeah, no, the monorail is going to be really fun. When I go ahead and put that together, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. Especially because it uses metal girders, which girder, they're iron sheets and andesite alloy. Now, again, we're going to have a lot of andesite alloy. And if things go well, we'll have a lot of iron sheets, too. But then, you know, you have to take those in with more iron sheets to get monorail tracks. That's going to be a little weird, but I think we should be fine. I think we'll be okay. 1, 2, 3, yeah, one more block. I'm glad we had this iron shovel on us, to be honest. Like, I forgot I had this. And we're gonna go ahead and fill in a lot of these holes real quick, because, yeah. Okay, so we have this hole. From the... Wait, okay, hold on. Along the right side of the tunnel should be level with the bottom of the hole. And 3 blocks high. Okay. The left side of the tunnel should start 1 block above the bottom and be 2 blocks high. Wait. Hold on. I gotta read that again because that's really weird. Okay, I'm gonna try to follow these instructions as well as I can, but I'm also a little stupid. So 1. Oh god. Okay, yeah, this is gonna be really annoying, isn't it? It's gonna be really annoying. Okay, so I do have to be keeping track of like how far I dig, considering... actually, I have an idea to make my life like way easier. What I'll do is I'll do like this. I'll go down here and start digging from this side, and eventually I'll hit the other end, and